This is a review of the shooting grip by SmallRig. So SmallRig really is coming up with a lot of very good accessories for cameras, especially things like the Sony ZV1. This grip is not just a shooting grip, and it has a built-in little tripod as well, so you can put it down like this, which is kind of cool. And of course you can extend it up. What makes it special is it has this little remote. It's attached magnetically. That's kind of neat. And it's a Bluetooth remote that is supported by many cameras, including my ZV1. So I can actually use this to remote control the zoom, take photos, and start recording. And that's even the C1 button is repeated here. So if you have a program C1 for example, the defocusing, high aperture defocusing, that will work as well. Now, before we start, one thing that you need to know, at least for the ZV1, is the instructions here, it's a little bit off. So to pair, you turn this thing on and you hold down C1 and the record button for quite a while for the camera to recognize it. But there are two settings you need to change in the camera. So let me show you. So I'm going to go into the menu system. You hit menu. There are two things, right? First one is the Bluetooth setting. So you're going to turn it on. And when you go out to pairing, if I hit the action button, it will start the pairing. Of course, this guy's already paired, so I'm not going to do that. But even after paired, you may find that the remote doesn't work. And that's because, so let me go back out. And that's because you need to go down and enable the Bluetooth remote control as well. So when both of those things are set, this thing will work. So let me turn it on, right? And then what I can do is to, let me see if I can get this working for you here. Push, right? Zoom in, zoom out, take a picture, start recording, stop recording. Now this is obviously useful. Let me put this down. Useful when you have the camera mounted, right? And then you can just do kind of control your shooting without having to touch the buttons. I actually find this useful even when I'm doing static photography. So today I was doing a lot of product pictures. I have the camera mounted. And when the camera is mounted on a tripod, it's kind of hard to fiddle with the buttons. So instead, I just have the remote with me, and quickly I can just change the zoom level and click the photo button without having to touch the camera, which then, you know, moves a little bit on the tripod and so forth. So this is a really good device, surprisingly useful beyond using it outside as a remote hand grip. It is great even inside the studio. Oh, and it is USB-C charging. So to charge it up, no batteries required in that sense. So I know Sony has a version as well, and the SmallRig version, you know, I think you can get it maybe slightly cheaper than the Sony one, but this is equally as good. Oh, there's a 1/4-inch thread, so you can obviously put this on top of something else. And this is kind of cool. To change the angle, you press this in, and then it clicks into place, and then this button lets you rotate this part as well. So quite well built, definitely functional. A remote shooting grip for a whole bunch of cameras. I use it with my Sony ZV1.